Welcome to Rust and Ruin. This is episode 12, Avenge the Dead Part 2. I am glad that you've joined us. If you have joined us and you like it, please hit the like button and subscribe. We'd appreciate it, and we love you for it. Our poor social media person, which is me, dealt with a little Twitter drama. I don't do Twitter drama. Our page is not going to do Twitter drama. We'll block you, and that'll be it. So, just getting that out of the way. Saw it happen. If you saw it happen, ignore it, because we did. Like I said, though, we are glad to have you. We do love you, and we're appreciative that you're here. Even though right now, we're a small stream. But hopefully one day we'll be bigger. We do have a guest star, which I am proud to introduce. Nick here. Nick, say hey.
Hey, what's up? I'm Nick, like you said. Really ready to play with these guys. Really excited to join this campaign for however long I'm here. So,
yeah,
kind of nervous, but,
We were talking earlier. We're like, it could be short. But we're hopefully, well, who knows? Might have been joking. We'll see.
I want to do some cool stuff before I die.
Go out with a blaze of fury. So, last time, our adventurers discovered a bloody glaive in the inn's chest, the university inn's chest. Then they went shopping for various items and a horse. They managed to buy a potion, only one, and Valmea snagged a new cloak. Orgel chased down a Rakshasa and got a little bit of information out of this Rakshasa. Something was interesting. He got a name. Fania is the person the Rakshasa is working for. And interesting enough, the Rakshasa had white fur. The group did manage to get a horse. Still no cart. Also, the horse doesn't have a name. Silsey even used Speak with Animals to talk to the horse. Didn't introduce himself. I don't know how to explain that one. Silsey, you owe this horse an apology. But the horse does seem to like you, so at least there's that. Now, today is Kelcinver the 14th in the year 1154 EE. It is a sunny morning. It's a little muggy and muddy on the roads. One day from Harvesttide, you're in the University Inn. What would you like to do? And Nick, we will get to you.
So we're all in.
Yes. You are all in your room at the inn. You were planning to go meet with Euleria. But I don't tell you what to do.
I want to go out and make sure our horse is still where we left it, since
that's right.
It once before.
Also, we're about to roll for your date the previous night, Silsey. Orgel.
Yeah, Orgel would be pretty wary about things getting stolen, so I think he'd want to check on that horse as well.
All right. Let's see. Valmea.
I feel like Valmea is kind of in the same boat as Orgel. They're excited that we got our first one. So I think now I'm going to be thinking about how to get our wagon.
Silsey, Orgle, and Valmea all going outside, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So before we all go outside, let's get a performance check from Silsey. See how his walk with Vilcarna went. Vilcarna is a yellow tiefling.
Nat 20.
Wow. So you managed to snag another kiss last night, and she wants to see you again. But you're going to, because you did well with your performance. Congratulations. But you're going to take disadvantage on the intelligence check for what you learned from her last night. If you're attempting to glean any information.
All right.
Oh, man.
I got 11 both times.
Oh, okay.
So
Cut out there for a second. Let's see. Not amazing. But you did learn that her last name is Brimet, which was she changed and is ashamed of her actual last name, which was Brimstone.
Brimstone.
Yes. So she is a family of one right now of herself. All right.
So there's room for that number to increase.
You're in the game. You're in the game. I'm hearing some extra stuff. Anybody got any extra stuff? Maybe. Right,
Is that better?
I'll turn it down a bit. All right, yeah, it's a little better. So going outside. Let's see. Silsey, Orgle, and Valmea. What would you like to do?
I'm going to get our wagon.
Say that again.
I'm going to get our wagon. Okay, hear me, get me.
I heard a noise for sure.
I'm going to get our wagon.
Oh, you want to get a cart? You might have to just articulate. It's not your fault. It's definitely not your fault. It's something with the sound. I just want to make that clear. It's not your fault. It's something with the sound. Let's see. You don't have a cart yet. You can talk to everybody else, see if you want to go get one, but you do have one horse.
Alright. I feel like it's important that we acquire a cart one way or another.
Okay, you go down. You have your horse. There is no cart. Nobody left a cart. What would you like to do? Anybody else?
Well, I don't think we can go back to where we got the horse. I think that's probably out of the question.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but was Orgle there for that?
Orgle was not there. So
I have a fresh face.
true, you do have a fresh face.
We might not be able to go down, but that doesn't mean Orville can.
I'm a master of the deal. When it comes to business, I get things done.
This is true.
You just point me in the right direction, I'll get us a cart. I do need money. I have nothing.
Is that okay with you, Silsey?
That sounds like a plan. I don't think they know him, so
But they will. Because I'm very charming.
Just make sure that you don't get overcharged.
There's no way that's going to happen. Follow-up question. How much is a cart?
You would have to give me an intelligence check to see if you know. So,
Alright.
yeah, Silsey and Valmea. Orgel probably wouldn't know, honestly.
you said intelligence check.
Yeah, not because he's dumb. Hey, that's not the joke there.
I rolled a 6.
You don't know either.
I got a 21.
So, how's that? Oh wow.
You know, make and model.
Beamer. Let's see. You know that a nice cart in this area is probably going to cost you around what would be I guess 50 blessing. Which is 50 gold.
How much do we currently have right now?
I've got a bit of gold tucked away. However, I don't necessarily want to consume 50 gold for a cart. And I feel like Orville is a scary man that could probably talk that down a little bit.
Or I can distract him and we can just take it.
Also a viable option.
Valmey, you had the money, or
What's that?
did you? Okay, yeah, I'm checking my pockets, the pockets on my robe, and Valmey, you had the money, right?
I've got some money, yeah.
Oh, her name escapes me right now. What was the professor's name?
Euleria.
Thank you. Illyria. You had the money that Illyria gave us, right?
Yes, I do.
Sorry, I probably shouldn't say that so loud.
Yeah, we can use that.
There are students passing by, so yeah, they give you a passing glance, like, oh, money.
I kind of like Orville's idea more though, I gotta say.
I'll just start talking and you just do what you feel is best.
Works for me.
I don't know. We did that once. I think maybe we should try to buy this.
Yeah, we already have experience doing it. I agree. We should just, build on that. Get better every day.
So you set out. Do you want to bring your horse with you? The horse with no name.
Yes. Don't want to risk it getting stolen again.
Yeah, and Orgel probably thinks that the horse gets to choose. So
Yeah.
we'll lead the horse in front of each one.
Okay.
So as you are passing by the stables, are you trying to be stealthy at all?
I definitely am because I know that they would recognize
I'm definitely not.
that man me.
All right, so give me stealth checks. Oracle with disadvantage.
Got a 15.
I got a 12.
All right.
4.
Well, luckily for you, you're not really trying to be stealthy. And they don't recognize your face. So, the rest of the group manages to stealth their way past the stables. And right beside the stables is where we have this little cart dealer. So, as y'all enter, which is it's very similar to the stables. It's open. Um, it's like an open market kind of thing. You see lots of different makes and models of carts. And you can probably imagine some. There are carts of all kind. You see just regular push carts. You see something like a wheelbarrow. Um, you see the more lavish ones that have covers, even more like carriages. And you see a couple of guards protecting wares, and one person who seems to be wandering through the rows of these carts.
I'm going to non-stealthily kind of go up to some of these nicer ones and just kind of like pretend like I know what I'm looking for and like kick some tires. And I assume I have the horse with me, so I'm just going to like whisper to it, making it sound like we're doing a business transaction and assessing it together, but it is, of course, a horse.
Right, yeah. And this dealer sees you eyeing the nicer models, and he is going to walk over to you. You see it's a half-orc gentleman. He has a swagger about him, and he is dressed in these lavish vestiges that is essentially like, it's almost like a vest and a button-up shirt, and he's wearing slacks. So, I see that you have a horse, and you must be in the market for one of my beautiful carts.
Sir, I like the way you work. You cut right to the deal. Yes,
I certainly do.
You've judged me correctly. I am a cart buyer. We are about to do business. And I kind of look over my shoulder to see where the other two are.
What are you two doing?
I am scoping out the carts. I'm trying to figure out which one is going to be the easiest for us to get away with.
A little muffled.
I am nervously onlooking because I did not want to take part in this, the stealing of the cart.
Valmea, what did you say again? Could you throw that by me again?
Just saying that I'm trying to scope out which cart is going to be the easiest to get out of here.
Okay, give me perception check. Give me a perception check.
For the 7.
Yeah. You see a lot of nice carts, and a couple of dumpy-looking ones. Essentially, you do, out of the corner of your eye, you see Oracle eyeing the nicer ones and talking to a gentleman, a half-orc gentleman.
Okay. The way I see it is we're not going to grab what they're moving wrong. So we might as well just take one of the nicer cards. I'm saying this to Kelsey.
Gotcha.
You said what? See, I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
I'm saying we might as well pick one of the nicer cards because there's no way that we're going to know this.
I still think we should buy one.
We're already doing this.
Okay,
How about this one?
I'll be the lookout.
You have to be able to get in the wagon when we leave. I mean, you can be able to look at it, but I feel like Orville might have that covered.
Deception does not really come easy to succeed. Oh gosh.
So, Silsey, are you wanting to steal this cart?
No.
All right. So, what I'm gathering is, Valmea, you're trying to steal the cart, and Silsey doesn't want you to, right? Okay. Valmea, you're going to, well, Silsey, I have a question for you. If
Yes.
she were to try and steal a cart, would you try and grapple her?
No.
All right. So, Valmea, make a stealth check.
What? Oh, great.
What'd you make?
A 6.
A 6. So, you are spotted by a guard. One of these guards is talking to a gentleman who has red and blue fur. Orgle, you're talking to the half-orc. So, might I interest you in this one in particular? Say, for 100 blessing.
I pat him on the shoulder, and I just say, "New best friend, you are full of jokes. That's why I like you. I knew right away. Don't be confused by all the blood on me. I am actually a very, very well-versed businessman. Isn't that right, horse without a name?" I pat it.
He turns from jolly to more direct and actually has a frown on his face. A stubborn customer. His voice actually turns sour as well. We're going to pause there for just a second. Nick, you are talking to a guard, and you're on the lookout for some murderers. This guard has told you he hasn't seen anybody. It's been a pretty quiet morning. You get that news. But then the guard says, "You know what? I did hear some information that disturbed me. There was a murder at the university the other day. We're actually at the university. There was a murder at one of the towers. Uh, there were several people in this party. In fact, I saw them the other night. Last night, to be exact. They were walking by the stables. And then the guard turns and he points out Valmea and Silsey. Valmea and Silsey, will you describe yourselves? What you look like? Silsey, go first. Or Valmea. Valmea, go first.
Okay. So, well, there's a person, about 5'6", 135 pounds. She's got a dark, iridescent purple skin, with red eyes and jet black hair. And she's definitely a little strange. When you look at her, you can tell that she has some internal struggles with us that sometimes are reflected externally.
Nick, do you mind try unplugging your headphones? Let's see if that works. Laura, I don't know a fix for you. You're still muffled. I'm sorry. So if I talk over, like, after you say something, if I try and clarify, that's why.
Okay, sorry.
Is that any better?
That is better.
Sweet.
All right. So we'll pick back up now. Valmea, unfortunately, I'm having trouble hearing you, so I'm going to just clarify after you say something, and if I say something incorrect, I'm not trying to speak for you, so you can try and correct me here, okay?
That's
So,
fine.
Valmea is a dark purple tiefling. Is that correct? With white eyes and jet black hair. And it looks like she has some internal struggle going on.
Silsey, is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. Silsey is he is a small forest gnome. He is about 35, 40 pounds soaking wet. About 3.5 feet tall. Light skin, red hair. About shoulder length on the hair. And let's see what else. Brown eyed. And young.
So a young forest gnome. Those are the two individuals you see.
You say you saw these two murder someone? Or you saw them sneaking around the stables?
It was just the description that was given to me. Those two definitely match a couple of the murderers.
You must be certain. I'm looking for the murderer of my brother. The murderers of my brother. And I will do anything to see vengeance. Are these the ones? I start walking towards the group.
We'll turn the other way and let you handle your business.
Hey, you there? You there talking to the small gnome?
Hmm?
Yeah, you. What were you doing the other night in the stable? This guard just told me that he saw you two walking around the stable.
Hey,
And there
leave me
were-
out of it. I'm
No. This guard just told me that there's been murders, and I'm looking for murderers.
Hmm? Who's asking?
I have no. I should say you have no right to ask me. It is you that has been charged with this by this regal guard. Back.
ugh.
Um,
You see him adjusting his armor. Yes.
yeah, he told me. I'm looking for the murder of my. You must tell me something that proves you were somewhere else, or I see blood. This person that you come in with, I see blood on their coat, their wear. It's pretty suspicious, if you ask me.
Well, I can tell you that I've never seen that man in my life. So I don't know how he would know that we were murderers.
So you were not denying that you are a murderer in front of this guard.
I can be. I'm not saying he murdered whoever you think he murdered.
We didn't murder. We didn't murder anybody.
So, Silsa, you're gonna make a deception check, and with disadvantage, because Valmea gave it away. Valmea, make an intimidation check. Yeah, this guard doesn't want anything to do with this anymore. In fact, he starts to walk away.
I grab him.
This is a crime. You have to let go.
No. You can't make accusations like that and then just walk away.
I was just given a description.
By who?
My boss?
Your boss.
The head guard.
He's just throwing descriptions out. And he said there was a tiefling and a gnome walking around the stables late at night.
I saw them, and they matched the description, yes.
How many tieflings and gnomes are there out? I know this is a university, but this can't be a mix-up of this. This is serious. This is my brother we're talking about.
There's the third one. That human right there. He matches the description too, and he points to Orgel. Who?
What do you have to say?
Orgel, am I wrong? Do you have blood on you? Sorry, you're muted.
Absolutely.
Yes. So yeah, Orgel is covered in blood.
Is Valmea hearing this conversation?
Valmea, yeah, you're having this conversation, Valmea.
Can I just chime in? I'm just gonna ask. Did you say your brother?
Yes, my brother.
He's dead.
What was that?
He's dead?
Yes, he's dead. He has been murdered.
Where's your brother?
His name is Neris.
Stop.
What?
Oh my god.
What? Keep going. Keep going.
I'm gonna look at Smokey.
We did not kill Neris.
What? You know Neris?
No. He was with a friend of ours. We saw him that.
You killed your friend?
We didn't kill him.
How
We
am I?
tried to help him.
How do you feel about Skullface?
Doesn't ring a bell for you.
I don't know who this Skullface is. I've been with my blood hunters. I'm a blood hunter, and I've been with my forgive me. What
He's been with his
players.
he's been with his group, who usually are outside of Solaria. So he's not familiar, but he's gotten leads to this point. Rumors that his brother was in the city, and then that his brother was dead.
Have you heard anything from his family?
No,
He's a kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
no, I've not been in contact with him as of recently.
Okay. Maris, you know how he came.
We know what?
Do you know how he came?
I'm sorry to say, I've been on the outskirts of pretty much everything for years, and I feel a lot of grief knowing that I'm disconnected with my brother. I know not his trials and tribulations as of recently.
Maris came from the tower. That's how he died. We were in the tower with him when this happened, and we tried to help him, but he was already gone by the time we met him.
So you were friends of Neris.
Yeah. He actually gave me something. I'm gonna pull it out. I think it was a scroll that he had given me.
Yeah.
Scroll? Is that what you said? You're really muffled, so I'm only getting.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
There was a scroll that he had given me.
What did it?
Wasn't it?
You can check your person if you got it.
I just don't remember what it said.
If not, it was lost.
Pat's pockets.
I had it. Silsey, while she's looking for that scroll, is there anything else you would like to add? Orgel is also walking this way, right?
We were meeting him, and we climbed the tower to meet him, and he just looked troubled, and there was someone with him. I think they were holding him hostage, and they murdered him.
So he's been getting into trouble.
We think it was Skullface's people.
The guard leans in. He leans back and he says, "Sounds like he was into some bad business. I mean,
don't talk to my brother. Don't talk about my brother.
Sorry.
He has been killed. Aren't you about to walk away?
Yeah, yes, I am walking away. Bye." And he does finally leave.
Go talk to your leader and tell him to get his story straight when he accuses people.
Yeah.
Apologies. You just look like the type. Orgal, I didn't mean to speak for you. If you wanted to continue your conversation with the dealer, you can.
Yeah. I think I lost track of what's going on because I'm so focused on making the deal. Kicking more tires. He gave me a sour look, which makes in my head me think that I'm on the right track. So I'm just going to double down on not listening to anything over what I've been told price wise.
Fair.
So yeah, no, if you want to throw out a reasonable offer, I'm all ears.
I rolled poorly. Seems like you know your stuff. I'll tell you what. I'll give you this cart. This cart right here. Not any of the even nicer ones. Just this one.
You're really selling it.
Not any of the dumpy ones. This one.
Back in.
40 blessing.
Can I make an insight check?
Yes.
That is a 19.
Ooh. You think he's being
I'm specifically trying to see if he's trying to swindle me or if that's actually a reasonable offer.
Yeah, not knowing too much about the carts themselves, you think you have a read on this individual, and it seems to be reasonable. You might could get him down with a 19. You might could get him down to 35.
I gotta be honest, I'm looking at the make of this cart. Me and the horse with no name, I mean, we might be able to make a deal, but I don't think we could go over 30.
I just rolled a nat 1. I'm taking a loss on this. Do you understand? But I'll give it to you for 25.
Look, if you know me, I know we're gonna wreck this cart pretty quickly, and we'll be back for more. So this is the beginning of a beautiful cart buyer relationship.
You've won me over. It's gonna be 20. And he shakes your hand.
All right.
So, how do you want to pay?
One by one.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to be pulling
walking.
them out of different parts of my, I'm covered in furs and pelts. It's like, oh, found another. Looks like it's your lucky day.
Well, I didn't expect this from such a businessman.
Pardon the smell. That's just what it's like when you're always doing business.
There's quite a smell, but it's fine. You obviously do business out in the other territories.
I'm sorry, what do you mean by that?
At this
This
point,
is going great, and then you just wouldn't make huge assumptions about me. They're right.
you. What is your name? I gotta remember a face like this.
I lean in close, and I said, listen, it's not that I don't trust you. It's just that, I'm not giving you my name. Apparently it's all the rage. I actually tracked someone down who hit me with lightning, and I hit him back with lightning, and it was really cool. And he didn't give me his name, and I was like, man, I thought we bonded. And you didn't even hit me, so you're not getting my name.
Well, I thought we were bond. That's okay. That's
I'll be back. Don't worry. I can't drive.
I'll
This
get your
horse,
name next
he's always
time, you.
drunk.
I'll get your name.
No, you won't. And I walk away.
He's just staring at you as you leave. And
Orgel is so happy that he made a deal. He's terrible at math, but he knows he has gold left over. That he's just like beaming.
oh yeah, and with your 19, from a minute ago, you are sure that you got the better end of that deal. It's a pretty nice cart.
Good at business. 4 wheels and everything? Alright, I'll take
Yeah.
it.
And so as you head back over to the group, you see that they're talking to a bugbear individual.
Hey, I don't know if you get this a lot, and please correct me if this is very insensitive, but you look a lot like my dead friend Neris.
Neris is my brother. And yes, he is dead. And
Wow,
yes,
that's great. If you guys weren't related, that would have been really awkward on my part.
we do look alike because we're brothers. And he's dead.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. It doesn't make it any better. Now that I'm finding out that he was dealing with this skull face,
What are your thoughts on Skullface?
I don't know. I've been nowhere near any of this, and I'm just finding all of this out, and it's really intense, and I don't really know what to do about it, and I just
I can tell you, if you want to avenge your brother, Skullface is the one you want to go with.
Skullface is where?
He's the one you want to go after.
So Valmea is actually, I'm gonna, if pardon the audience if you take this as kind of like cheesy, but Valmea, her eyes are they've kind of been shining this whole time. It's almost like she's speaking with several different voices at once, where it's kind of muffled, and that is distorting her audio. Which that's kind of a nudge, nudge, wink, wink to Valmea. But yes, she is actually speaking with, seems like two to three different voices.
Well, I mean, seeing as though I don't know anything about this skull guy, and you guys apparently know Neris up to his death. Do you guys mind if I tag along? You know, I kind of left my group in hopes to find some lead of something to reconnect with my brother's memory and my brother's past all the way up to the death. So I don't know what you've been doing, but you need a hand.
I can't speak for them, but personally, I would love for you to tag along.
And I can't speak for Silsey. We understand each other on a very deep level, and he would love to have you along.
That sounds like a plan. Where are we at?
Well, I'm pretty sure we have a meeting. Oh, by the way, and I'm gonna clink, clink, clink all the blessings that I didn't have to spend in Valmea's hand. Good at business. What can I say?
Well done.
It seems like a businessman if I've ever seen one.
That was great.
The dealer actually comes up behind y'all, leading the horse who is pulling this carriage. So he's done all the hard work for you. I figured that I'd send you off the right way.
Much appreciated. We'll be back as soon as we wreck this thing.
He pats the horse and he says, "By the way, what's her name?"
You haven't earned that right. Let's go.
I'm sorry. So you all make your way to the main part of the campus. You are on the outskirts at the University Inn. You pass by what seems to be like a royal manor with some guards posted outside of this gate. But you keep on going, and you reach the astral tower and start to head on up. And about 3/4 of the way up, you reach the door and knock, and you don't get a response.
Shit, don't you have coins? The blue coins?
At blue coins, you do remember that you do have blue coins.
Oracle will send in a call. Hello?
Nothing.
Alright, Oracle's going to try to break down the score.
All right, give me a strength check.
That is an 18.
You are successful. It takes one good kick, and the wooden door implodes with the force of your kick.
Yeah, Oracle just shouts, "Good at business!"
Inside, a bat flies away. Orgle, it is your bat, Crete, trying to make an escape.
Buddy, I've missed you. I know you've missed me too. Come here.
It perches high up on a lamppost inside of the room.
I'm gonna stick my maul out and try to poke at it like a broom, just to get it to get on the edge and bring it back.
It squeaks and then starts to fly away. If you want to make an animal handling check, you can.
I would love to. That one.
It's gone. There's no chance. You do get a parting gift from Crete though. Some bat guano on your shoulder.
I smashed the lamp and was hang on. Why does this always happen to Oracle?
And other than that, there's nothing in the room. In fact, it looks like it was cleaned out.
Can I make an investigation check?
Yes,
To see
please
if
do.
I see anything. And I have advantage on investigation when it pertains to. Is that just general investigation? Does it have to pertain to
I believe
fiends, fae, or the undead?
I'd have to check your character sheet. Let me see. I'll give it to you this time, so go ahead.
Okay. Alright, that's a 13.
With a 13, you do notice that there is some slime, some clear slime that is on the stone floors. The rest of the group, the rugs that were, the ornate rugs that were once on this floor, gone too.
You guys see this slime? I bend down and touch it and kind of play with it in my fingers.
Yep, it's pretty
You know
gross.
what this would be? Can I do a history check?
Yeah. Anybody who wants to give me a history check can. I will also take nature.
It's a 14.
I'll do nature.
Got a 22.
A 22?
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
I got 23.
Man, one up in each other. All right. 14 doesn't get it. 22 and 23 will, though. And that's both history?
Mine was nature.
Nature. Okay. I'll do nature first. This definitely comes from like a snail-like creature in that family. You're not sure, not because of the role, but because you've never come into contact with something of this nature. History check with the 2022. You have heard of an ancient creature that belonged to a group. This elite and creepy group was called the Virulent Vestiges. Yeah. So you don't know much about this group, though. You know that you've heard about them. You know that they were involved in some like controlling the world type of stuff, and that when they were pulling the strings of the world, the victims typically were mindless, and they would always end up dead afterward. They never survived it.
With a 14, would I know that?
With a 14, you don't know that from the viscous snail
Discharge?
residue.
I would relay you anyway.
Say that again?
I would relay all of the information to him anyway. So he would know eventually.
Okay. So
Which group did you say? Is it the Virulent Vestiges?
Mhm.
That's who I think killed my brother. But you say it's the skull face?
That's what we thought. Why do you think we killed your brother?
okay, so I don't know if you've told your name yet for your character. So I will just say, there's his brother. You've been looking into this group. You've been looking into the Virulent Vestiges, reading some ancient texts, and so you know about the controlling the world type stuff that they did, but from all the texts that you've studied, that was like 1,000 years ago. The only reason you think that they're back is because you heard that name recently just from walking by a conversation. You then connected that with Neris. So, in your mind, you think that they might be connected, but you're not quite sure. They basically have had some run-ins with Skullface. So that's how they're connecting this.
Yeah, my order and I we study ancient texts, and I've heard of this group that controls the world, and everybody that encounters them ends up dead without having a fight back or anything. They just willingly die. from what I've studied, and what I've heard recently, that's what I came to. I think there may be a resurgence somewhere. Might have to do with this skull face, which you guys have come in contact with as well.
Oracle, what are your thoughts on this?
Orville is seeing red every time Skullface's name gets mentioned. He is obviously concerned about the slime and concerned about everyone that's close to the group disappearing. But I don't think he would see some sort of correlation. And I think he would probably just assume that this is all Skullface. He's just the bane of Orgle's existence.
Orgle, you are seeing red, but I want you to still give me an investigation check. So you lean down, you touch it, you touch the solution / discharge. You come up and you're like, I don't know.
It's pretty gross.
Thought maybe you had something. But yeah, this place has been cleaned out besides what's left of that residue. And the light fixtures. But you know she had some pretty cool light fixtures.
I want to see if I can tell how the slime things escaped. Like, is it bleeding anywhere? Is it just in this one spot?
With your nature check, you can tell that it entered through the door as if it was welcomed in. And then it comes to about halfway through the room and it's just gone. There's no evidence of it returning back through the door.
So as far as I know, it could still be in the room somewhere.
Possibly. You also don't see you don't see this slime everywhere. So it's not like it cleaned out the room, or if it did, somehow it's not leaving this stuff behind. So what would you like to do?
Is there like a trail?
Is there a trail? Yeah. Looking at Silsey, you can see that he's detected the trail. It comes into the room but disappears.
Sorry, but who is this person that you were trying to meet with?
That's a good question.
She's a professor at the university. Her name's Eularia.
She has maybe magical powers that could have teleported her, or...
When you say magical powers, Robo looks at Silky and says, Silky, you can speak with animals, yeah? Oh, yeah? We need to catch that bat. And I run out the door. And as I'm running, I'm like, the bat probably saw everything.
I'll follow.
It's kind of got a point.
Okay, I'm following.
Yeah.
It's
So,
our only lead.
are you going up or down the stairs?
I'm not doing this for personal reasons. I'd go up.
So, Orgel leads you up the stairs, and Neris's brother, you remember that Valmea just told you a few minutes ago that Neris was pushed off a building. And as you get to the top of this tower, you get an eerie feeling. Could just be that you're at the top of a tower.
Valmea. Sid Neris was pushed off a tower, right? Is it this tower?
Yeah, actually, I think it was. We were supposed to be moving it. But when we got to almost immediately, that's when he fell.
He fell from the top.
Mm-hmm.
Where we're going.
Yeah.
And Orgel burst through the door at the top, yelling after his back. Unceremoniously.
We need a dog. I hate how we ended things.
Can I immediately do an investigation? See if I see any
Sure.
of my brothers.
Yeah.
It's 18.
You actually do see some fur. Some red fur that was shed in the process of him being up here.
You see anything else? Is there just the fur?
There's just the fur. That's the only evidence that's left.
You guys were right. There's fur. This is Neris. Now, why did he come up here? Who was here with him?
He was supposed to have information that could help us with reference. We were under the impression that his family was being held hostage, and I think we were really desperate to help them.
So I don't know if you heard from Valmea, but her voice has that doubling effect. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sounded like she was relaying that it seemed like Neris was being held hostage, and that's what led to his end.
He was planning to give us information.
Planning to give information. Gotcha.
Where's this damn bat? We need some information.
It's our last source. Everybody that is going to help us out ends up dying. And by the way, thank you so much for helping us out. I didn't get your name.
It's Karis. My parents weren't super original.
I honestly, I should have guessed. But no, that's a great name. Neris spoke a little bit about his family, but glad to have you aboard.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that you all were friends of my brother on the way up to the inn there.
he traveled with us into the city as well. He was a good guy.
I appreciate the sentiment there.
You don't see Crete the Bat.
I immediately run downstairs.
As you start to run down the stairs, give me an athletics check.
Ooh,
Or dexterity.
24.
You hit something that's not a stair. You manage to recover from it immediately, as if you didn't hit it, but you felt it. And so you immediately stop your running.
I'll reach out for whatever I feel like I bumped into.
So you reach down, and it's actually by the wall. And when you touch this thing, it becomes visible. And it looks like it's a black fox, but the blackness is kind of like a smokiness. You actually remember that in your possession before you had your first cart stolen, you had a shadow fox, is what it was termed, given to you by a guard of a noble person. A dead one, I should clarify. A dead shadow fox, like this one.
Can I do an investigation?
Sure.
It's a 5.
Oof.
I'll just get off our old cart.
You all hear him as you turn to head back down the stairs.
What? What kind of thought? What?
I'd get you to speak with animals, but I think this one's passed.
Yeah. I don't have anything for dead animals. Undead, maybe, but not.
I will keep that in mind next time we go to the catacombs.
I don't think this is the same one we had on the cart. I don't see how it would have got over here.
Hey, there's a lot of mysteries, okay? I don't really want to add to it, but if you go off, King.
I would like to do an investigation check.
Sure. Vomay and Karis, go ahead and make one as well.
19.
Never mind. Silsey, you can relay this information to the group. It's not the same one. And you're feeling that this is connected because one of your goals was to come to the university and bring your shadow fox and ask questions about it. You don't think it's the same shadow fox, but you think maybe somehow these creatures have come back into the picture.
So, I relay that information to the group, and then I pick the shadow fox up. Depending on how big it is, it might be a little bit of a struggle.
If he's having trouble, I'll just throw it around my neck, kind of like a towel.
Sure, you can do that. You now have a new vestment.
I'm just gonna say, we need to find out more about this thing.
My backpack will definitely have the answers we seek.
I agree. I think we should find that back.
Thank you, Karis. I'll start running down.
As you get to the bottom of the stairs and walk out the door, you see an individual messing with your cart.
What does this individual look like?
This is a half elf with a pointy Robin Hood style hat and a green cloak.
Do I recognize this half elf?
Did I design this after Robin Hood? Yes. Yes, I did. Do you recognize this half elf?
Yes.
No. Just immediate no.
Okay. So it's not the same half elf. Okay.
He is busy rummaging through your stuff too, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with this again. So I immediately pull out my bow and arrow. And I'm just gonna say, don't move. What's your name? And why are you in my car?
He pulls away from the cart and he has 2 hands filled with jewels. You really shouldn't leave jewels just laying about in your cart.
It would be wise for you to put this down.
He throws one hand and the jewels go across the street and he darts to the other side.
I shoot my arrow at him.
All right.
I am
Go
going
ahead.
to. If I can I take an action here too?
Yes. Valmea, make your attack.
Sorry.
That's okay. Silsey, what do you want to do?
So I want to cast Sacred Flame.
Okay, what's the range on that?
60 feet.
Okay, he is darting quickly, but he is in range.
Okay.
Valmea first. Valmea, what'd you roll? A 9. It goes sailing, and it lands into a haystack. Go ahead, Silsey.
Okay. So he needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, nat 20.
Okay, that wins, but I am going to give chase as well. I don't think that I'm going to be able to hit him.
No. Does anyone else want to give chase?
I'm gonna, as a bonus action, activate Crimson Right on my longsword.
Okay.
And then, when activating that, I take 1d4 black damage. I'm gonna go ahead and roll that. That's 1. And I'm going to make phase as well. So I guess dash. That's my action.
Okay. What's your speed?
I believe it is 30.
30. All right.
Yes.
He does have a little bit of head start on you. Silsey, your speed's 20, right?
15.
15. You quickly see that he's going to outpace you.
Is that directed at me?
That's directed at Silsey. Karis, you can still see him, but he is taking an effort to use people and places as hiding spots. And so he's dodging in and out of. He's dodging behind buildings, and then you'll see him reappear in front of some people, and then he's gone again.
Guys, I think this is however sudden and cruel this action this fiend is taken. I think this is we're not going to win this one. There's too many people. There's too many hiding spots. We're not fast enough. What should we do?
I want to see I'm going to go to the car. I want to see what's missing.
As they all gave chase, just to myself, I muttered, "I'm good at business," and I go to get the jewelry tossed across the street.
Orgel, good at business. You managed to salvage 3 rubies. Silsey, let's see if you can give me a history or intelligence check to see if you remember what was in your purse.
22.
Yeah. He took 3 emeralds. Gone. I think Valmea, you might have had them on yours. Silsey or Valmea. But you did recover 3 of the rubies. Now, we are going to pause there with the group. And as a sort of epilogue to this episode, I apologize. We got cut off briefly. We've been having some audio issues throughout the episode, as you can tell. We apologize for those profusely. We're going to try to get those fixed. But now, as a sort of epilogue to this episode, somewhere distant and unbeknownst to the group and the party, we go below the earth, where Skullface, decorated with his mask of bones, is seen kneeling before a throne, a wooden throne. And on the floor is this clear, viscous liquid leaking from a figure who sits upon the throne. It seems like a humanoid figure, at least until you move up the body, where around the neck area, this bulbous head sprouts forth, at least 3 times the size of a normal human or humanoid head. And pulsing is this brain / heart that floods the floor with this liquid. covering this brain / heart combination head, covering this all over our eyes, which dart about, and they're looking all over the room. Some are rolled up, but there are several looking straight at Skullface. And then there is a voice. I am disappointed. And that is where we end tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm sorry we had some audio issues. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and a comment. Tell your friends. We would love to have you join this adventure that we call Rust and Ruin. And we will see you next time for episode 13, part 3 of Avenge the Dead. Have a good night.